G'day guys, welcome to Rumble's Fish Room. So, I wanted to do a video about the Flowerhorns. Basically, one of you guys asked for a video about an update on the Flowerhorns. So, I wanted to turn this into a video about why Flowerhorns are so expensive in Australia. I don't want this to be like a arrogant toot my trumpet video or anything. I want this to be an explanation to my best knowledge of why Flowerhorns are the price they are in Australia. Basically what sparked this is yesterday somebody came to buy a Flowerhorn. I had the fish advertised for $380. Well, actually I didn't even advertise it. I only sent him the private message saying $380. We ended up settling on a price a bit lower than that, but his argument was, he showed me a photo of a fish that his brother has in Thailand, and he was telling me that his brother paid $18 US for the fish, and it was the same quality as what I was trying to sell for the for $380. So basically the first thing behind that is Australia's import laws. We cannot legally import Flowerhorns. So then, obviously, there is illegal imports of fish. I don't necessarily condone that, but it does happen, and I guess like you could use drugs as an example. Like if you go to South America and buy cocaine, think about the price there, and then think about the price in Australia. Although the punishments for importing are a lot less, they're both illegal. Obviously the fish aren't illegal in Australia, but the import of the fish is illegal. So keep that in mind as a first thing. So then you've got supply versus demand. So because you can't import the Flowerhorns to Australia, the next thing is you can only buy what people are breeding in Australia / the illegal imports. Now there is not a great deal of Flowerhorn breeders in Australia. Off the top of my head, like people that are actually serious about breeding Flowerhorns, I can only think of like 10 people in Australia. Obviously there's like the people who don't use social media and all that jazz. There's definitely more than 10 people, but people that I know that have done it for more than like 12 months and actually serious about it, I don't know many more than 10 people. A lot of people maybe have one batch here and there, like do one batch just to try it out, but besides that I'm not sure. Oh, and I also just wanted to say sorry to the members, yesterday's upload was pretty late, and the reason I know that yesterday's upload is pretty late is because it's currently 5 PM on Monday, my time, and I haven't edited the members video yet. Anyway, let's turn the camera around. Okay, so I am excited to announce I do have a batch of eggs of Flowerhorns, but that batch there is a bit of a members exclusive. So if you head over to the memberships, you'll be able to find out what that batch is. It's a little bit secret squirrel, but obviously it's not a complete secret if the members know. But basically, let's have a look at the Flowerhorns. So we'll start off with say this boy here. So he's not a very good example because he's F2. We'll use Richard because Richard's one of the last F1s that I've got. So Richard down here, obviously he is the throwback of the Australian line. I was kind of thinking about selling him, but I don't know. He's too big to ship, but I wouldn't just sell him to anyone. The person would have to be special to me. because he's my pet, but I don't have a use for him as a breeder, but he's just such a cool fish. So Richard is an F1. So his parents, basically, his dad cost $2,000 and his mum cost $300. So that's not to say I should just divide those two, add those two prices up, divide them by 2, and that's what all the fry are worth. Definitely not. For starters, supply versus demand kicks in here. Since I paid $2,000 for the dad, in today's market, that dad's probably only worth $1,000, just because there's a lot more of that quality around in Australia now. So that's obviously a factor. But then another factor is when I bred that pair, so a pair with a net value of $2,300, I bred 3 batches, and out of those 3 batches, I only sold 20 fish total. So that's out of about 2,000 babies, I only sold / kept 20. That's how vigorous the culling process was. Now, it might sound like a lot, like, oh yeah, you sold 20 for, I think the cheapest I sold one was $100, the most expensive $400. But basically, to put that in perspective, so every batch that I have goes into one of these IBCs. One of these IBCs uses the same amount of electricity as that whole room. I can't remember, we did a breakdown video a little while ago on the power consumption of the IBCs, but obviously with this foam on here, I think I've drastically reduced the power consumption, because they're sitting on like 28 degrees with only one 300 watt heater in them. I bought the paint for these IBCs, guys. So I bought 2 shades of brown. I'm thinking of trying to get the darker brown into the crevices and then the lighter brown on the caps. I was kind of thinking about looking for somebody that's a bit more artistic than me to come over and help me paint it, because I don't have an artistic bone in my body, as you can kind of tell by the look of the IBCs. Back to the video. Alright, so we've got 2 batches here. So if we go off previous history, I'll only be keeping, what's 20 divided by 3? 7. So basically 7 out of each IBC. That's probably an understatement for this batch. So, and another thing is, I'm thinking about culling this batch completely. So that's like 4 months of raising fish, feeding them, and then just knowing that I've got better fry coming, so I need the space. And as a flowerhorn breeder, that's a super tough decision you have to make, is trying to always breed the best quality you can. And like sometimes that means culling a batch. I know people are going to cringe when I say I'm thinking about culling a whole batch, but I can't afford to give them away, because if I give them away, they might turn out to be culls when they get bigger, and I don't want culls out in the population with my name written on them. So that's why I can't give them away. And then the other thing is, I don't have the room to grow them bigger to get them to the size that I need to select them. So I just saw a wicked fish in there. Is that it there? Where? That one there. I want that fish. How are we going to get it? I need to get that fish out now. So you'll see, like, if you look closely, there's some crappy ass fish in there. Even like the best breeding pairs still produce some absolute rubbish. So that's why you've got to cull. Let's see if we can get some focus on some crappy ones. There's a bucket load of Thai silks in here, unfortunately. Thai silk's not really a direction I'm looking to go at the moment. There's a white eye there. Surely not. That's bizarre. I might set my fish trap up in here. Oh, the Thai silks look like that one. Sorry, I'm getting sidetracked, guys. So then, I think that kind of explains my situation. Basically, some people might think I'm a millionaire selling Flowerhorns, but to be 100% honest, I break even on the fish, and I'm super grateful for that, don't get me wrong. To have a hobby and break even is all a man can ask for. My motorbike and parts is pretty much paid for by fish sales as well. Keeping in mind, it's a crappy, or not crappy, it's nice, I like it, but it's not an expensive bike. It's a 2003, so that's not like a huge flex. But so my fish sales cover my hobbies as a plural, not just the fish. So then you might ask me, but why can I go to the pet shop and buy a Flowerhorn for $20? I guess like the only thing I can say to that is not domestic breeders, commercial breeders that breed for the shop. They might have a pair that is worth, from what I've seen, there's generally not high quality pairs being bred by commercial people. So then a commercial breeder breeds a pair of Flowerhorns. They get 800 fry. They grow the 800 fry to 4 centimeters, and then they sell them to the shops or the wholesalers as a batch of 800. So then, say they're getting $4 a fish. What's that? That's $3,200. So they're getting $3,200 for a batch of fish that they've only grown out for 2 to 3 months. Whereas I grow my fish to 10 centimeters to sell them, so I'm growing them out for 6 months. So I think even just explaining that there, you can understand why there is such a massive difference in the price between a pet shop Flowerhorn and like a hobbyist Flowerhorn. Don't get me wrong, I have seen some really nice fish in the pet shops, but they do come with the higher price tag as well. And I haven't really seen a quality fish come out of a chain store. Like, well, I literally haven't at all, actually. Yeah, there's a few stores that have had specific bloodline Flowerhorns, like the Fat Boy line and all that, but they do have that price tag. But as far as like a $25 Flowerhorn in the pet shop, I don't think you can really ever expect it to meet the standards of what you buy from a hobbyist. Basically, the group of hobbyists, their lowest grade fish that they would sell is still higher than anything I've seen in a pet shop. So I know you guys might not understand how to differentiate them, but I promise there is big differences. And if you are new to Flowerhorns or you don't know much about them, if you did get into them over time, I think you would learn yourself how to identify that and appreciate the price. Like I said at the start of the video, I'm not trying to flex. I'm not trying to upset anyone. I'm trying to just be educational. I think one thing I forgot to mention also, the batch that I just showed you the close-up of, that's F3, so that's 3rd generation from what I've bred. And then the line that I'm starting to create at the moment, I'm not going to be selling any fish from that line for maybe like 4 years. I might sell the occasional 1 or 2, but the project that I'm about to embark on or I've already embarked on, is like staying behind closed doors for quite a while. So Like, that's also another thing. Like, I don't want to work on a project for 4 years and then sell the fish for $50. Like, I need to kind of try and recoup the costs of that project, if that makes sense. I think I've explained it pretty well without being rude or anything. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. If it came across informational, what's the word for that? Educational? No. Yeah, I guess kind of educational. Yeah, something like that. Anyway, if you like this video, guys, give it a thumbs up. If you're interested in more videos about the pricing on any other fish I've got, or anything like that, just let me know. I can make more educational videos. I know most of my videos are just me jibber jabbing, but like sometimes I could actually teach you guys something. Did I ask if you like it, give it a thumbs up? I think I already did. If you want to subscribe, hit the little red button and you'll be in the chance to win a $200 Amazon gift card. And I think we're about 133 subscribers away from that giveaway, which in the grand scheme of things isn't much. But anyway, guys, peace out.